Why did I pick that image? Because once I told my kids that George Lutz in his underwear was the Amityville Horror. I said, "Hey kids, you know what the real Amityville Horror was?" I showed them a picture of that, and it popped up in my Facebook memories. So I shared it on Facebook, the Horror Syndicate's Facebook page. By the way, hit the like button, please. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But I shared that on the Facebook page, and I said something. Let me see. I don't remember what I said exactly, but it was something along the lines of, "Hey, let's party." No, it said George's nighttime sleeping outfit may be the real Amityville Horror. To play on what I could. Then I commented in myself. I said my Halloween costume this year. So yeah, if you're not haven't been watching, this is what I'm talking about. I will be going out just like that this Halloween. Enjoy. Who's going to be my Kathy? That's the question. Who's going to be my Kathy Lutz? Anyway, welcome to the Horror Syndicate Horror Movie Massacre, brought to you by Fitz's, not root beer. This is the black cherry. It's delicious. Fitz's, St. Louis's own soda manufacturer. Pure sugar. So anyway, this show tonight is mostly a tester. But I've been having some difficulties with my intranet lately, and maybe it's because I called it intranet. But so I want to test out everything. I missed the show Sunday as they did Night of the Watcher or Night of the Hunter. Night of the Hunter. Night of the Watcher, something else. I know that from somewhere. Anyway, Night of the Hunter. Jackson from the Horror Gang was a part of the show. Of course, Nate and Seth were there as well. Hopefully, Seth, the king of werewolf YouTubers, did a good job hosting the show. I'm sure he did because he hosts his own show, Werewolf Wednesday, which you can find tomorrow right here on YouTube or Facebook. Unless Facebook decides to be a dick face and not show the live stream on the Facebook page and just throw it in some bullshit arbitrary group. All right. So right now, I'll wait for Seth to get here. We'll talk about some of our horror firsts, first horror movies we've seen, first crushes, the first person to really scare us, all that type of stuff. Should be fun as long as my connection doesn't clown around and be an asshole, because everything's an asshole these days. Everything. And so if you have any questions, please drop them in. I'll look at them just like this. I'll say first horror movies, although I'm not a huge fan of it anymore. Friday Part 2 was one of the first. Sean shared a long time follower. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake is one of the first I watched. It's not better than the original, but I had never seen a movie like this before, like the remake. Okay. I don't like the remake. It's publicly known now that I don't like the remake. You know what's funny is I like that franchise. I like the first three a lot. But beyond that, the fourth movie is a shit show. But I kind of like it a little bit, even though it's a shit show. It's not very good. I don't like the remake from 2003. I like the next one, the prequel to the remake. I don't really care for Texas Chainsaw 3D. And I do not like Leatherface from 2017. But the Netflix one's just, it's not terrible. Could be worse. So you have a little nostalgia. Just cough. If you have any questions, please hit me up. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see if I can answer anything. If you want to hear about my sexual history, as I like to do on the show every now and again, please let me know. I've got plenty to tell. How about recent sexual history? Halloween 4 was my first Halloween. I love Halloween 4. It's not my first. Halloween 2 was my first Halloween. Sean left a lot of comments, my friend. The Ring and Gothic of Halle Berry. I have distinct memories of. And The American Grudge. I don't like that movie either. And A Nightmare on Elm Street. So I was going to wait for Seth to come in, but I have nothing that I really want to say at this moment about what Sean said. But if you have any questions, please do. So I'll throw a couple things out there. My first horror movie, I've said 1,000 times on all of our shows, it was A Nightmare on Elm Street Part Two. Right after they showed that on HBO, it was premiering that night. I distinctly remember that. I was 6. I believe it was 1986. It was the year after it came out, and then they showed the original right after. Good job, HBO. Showing the second one than the original. That's probably why in the 90s when I got all the VHS tapes for Elm Street, I used to watch like one Sunday night. My mom worked nights because she was a bartender. And like one Sunday night, I'd watch all 7 of the movies or all 6 at the time. And then the next Sunday I'd watch them in reverse order. So I'd start with, Freddy's Dead, I think, back then, and then do Dream Child and go down to the first one. And that's how I'd spend my Sunday evenings. And I did the same thing with Friday the 13th. Sometimes I would do that with Halloween, but it took me a while to get all the Halloween movies because honestly, my first copy of the Halloween film on VHS was the Blockbuster version, which came out in 96 or 97. I remember I think they released Night of the Living Dead and a couple other things. We talked about VHS tapes a few shows ago, but that was my first copy of Halloween was the Blockbuster VHS. If anybody remembers that one, with the red bar down the side. Nightmare on Elm Street was your first. Okay, I'm gonna ask this when Seth comes back. Who's your first horror crush? First horror crush. Mine was Lisa Wilcox from Dream Master, and I will never forget meeting her at Horror Hound a few years ago. The Exorcist was my wow, going in hard and fast, kind of like I do on the first day. Oh, let's go. Yeah, Lisa Wilcox was my first. Pretty sure my first true crush. Period. And I met her. What year was that? 2018 at Horror Hound, and Morgan from the Horror Syndicate and Jared were there. And man, I was having an anxiety event. I mean, that's the best way I could explain it. I was sweating. I was nervous. I remember distinctively my back doesn't sweat very often unless I'm like working out or something like that or outside working, and my back was sweating. So to kind of like calm myself down, I met my second Elm Street crush, which was Amanda Wiss from A Nightmare on Elm Street 1. And she calmed me down because she recognized my shirt, which was the Horror Syndicate. I was wearing the Horror Syndicate logo shirt. And she's like, Horror Syndicate, I know you. Am I still going? I see my signal dropped. Let me know if you can still see me, if I'm still coming through clear. This is the whole point of this. Well, actually, I can look on my phone, I guess. I'm going to have my phone on standby, too. All right. Let me take a look. Events. I mean, that's the best way I could explain it. Okay. It just shows like a really low signal at the moment. I'm going to get it ready, though, just in case. Yeah. As you all know, I've been having, well, you may not know, I've been having difficulties with my internet provider. So they sent me a brand new router and these things called router pods or something like that. And they're supposed to boost the signal. And so far, it seems regular. And it seems like my old setup was about the fucking same. So I'm paying $20 extra a month to boost my signal, and it's not doing anything. Awesome. It's infuriating. You pay for something, and you expect it to work. I even don't have I have my kids now on doing their internet stuff right now to try to give my The thing is, there's not many providers that are worth a damn, from what I hear, Sean. That's part of the problem. Is I've looked into T-Mobile, and apparently they offer less of an internet. I don't know if it's maybe this that I'm using. It's the Chromebook, but the thing is, like my daughter uses it to watch shit on constantly, and never has any connectivity issues. So I don't get it. And the thing is, the router is in the room. I don't know what to do. I feel he keeps going to a black screen, and I don't know when Seth's going to join. At 10 minutes. That was 14 minutes ago. This sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah, we don't have very many options. I tried AT&T. We don't have AT&T in this area. I can't even get this to go away. Yeah, I'm here. I don't know what the fuck. Awesome. Lost all of the people who are watching. That's cool. This isn't working. I don't know what to do. I think I give up on trying to make this work. It's it's hard to push through whenever you keep, and yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know if it's this Chromebook or what. I'm gonna try something here. Does StreamYard have an app that actually works? Because I wonder if there's an app that I can download. Because I just go off the browser. Because their app is like, I've looked at it on my phone and it's kind of shit. It's kind of garbage. It's gonna be weird for a second. All right. All right. Okay, so I'm here on my phone. Okay, so I'm here on my phone. Is it going to echo every all the fucking time? Hold on. Is it going to echo every all the fucking time? There we go. All right, so I'm on my phone now, and my internet signal seems to be strong. So I'm starting to wonder if it is the Chromebook. I don't understand that, because the Chromebook is running on the same network. Anyway, well, it's because I'm on my phone. I don't want to use my phone to do the show. The worst, one of the worst things is I bought a laptop to do all the shows and everything like that, and I can't because the audio is so fucked up that it's like irredeemable. It leaves some kind of weird fucking muffled echo, and like it's hard to see shit on here on my phone. Yeah, it seems better because it is better because it's coming through my phone. I guess it is the Chromebook that blows. That really fucking blows. So I'm gonna check and see if there is a StreamYard app. I gotta be honest. I don't like StreamYard at all. They're kind of shitty. Like last year, they jacked their prices up by more than double. It went from like $19.99 a month to $44.99 a month, and it just still doesn't even feel like it's worth it. Bunch of fucking thieves. As soon as they started getting people on, they're like, "Hey, let's jack the price up by more than double." Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to use my phone for shows. That sucks. I thought about getting a new Chromebook. Anybody have any questions for me? Because otherwise, I'm going to shut this motherfucker down. Because I don't want to sit here on my phone and drain my phone battery and wait for Seth. I'm pretty pissed off. How's everybody enjoying the content on the web, on the Facebook? Anybody actually pay attention to all the things I've been putting up? So I put up a lot of shit. Like every day, I got to come up with something new to put up, which I got to tell you is not very easy to do. That's why I've resorted back to the 5-star reviews. because I want to keep the content flowing for everybody who's interested. And if the other thing is, if I don't, oddly, I lose about 12 or 15 followers a day. If I did, like, I was sick in March, I think it was, and when I was sick, I didn't post almost anything at all for a couple of days. We lost over 50 fucking followers in those days. I don't know if it's some kind of like I I don't know if it's like dead followers or not real accounts or something like that, which I would assume is what it is. But it sucks to, you wake up, look at your follower count, and it's lower than it was just an hour ago or something like that. Or not just wake up, but like, I mean, today I checked, it was at like 70,327. I know you're like, you got 70,000 followers, shut up. But like, suddenly earlier it was like we were at 319 or something like that. Yeah, I want more people to come and watch these shows. Otherwise, I gotta shut this shit down. Yeah, it didn't work, Seth.
No.
No, I don't know what to do. I might be the Chromebook that I'm using, but it doesn't make much sense to me because Helena uses it and has no issues. She's been watching Lost, and she has no fucking issues. Also, she's up the stairs above me. The other thing, I think it's StreamYard, honestly, because it says that I have a strong signal on this fucking thing, and I'm able to like go through the internet and shit with no problem. But I don't know. And then I get on my phone, of course, it's just fine. I think it's the Chromebook, and my laptop doesn't work, so I think I am going to no longer do shows.
Wow.
I got all new equipment, and I'm paying $20 more now. I like not an hour, but 20 a month, and it didn't increase. I'm so gonna get rid of that shit and go back to my old equipment if it's gonna be the same fucking result. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to do. I bought a new laptop, that didn't work. I'm running out of ideas, and I'm not gonna buy anything else anymore. So I think I'm done doing shows until I can figure this out. I don't know. I don't know what else to do because I can't go in and out, and I'm not going to do it for my phone.
Yeah.
It's already drilled my battery down by about 12% since I've been on it. So it won't, my phone battery won't make it through an entire show. By the way, everyone, this is the king of all werewolf our YouTubers.
Yes, I was declared the king.
Do what?
I said yes, I was declared the king.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Scott Walker, a gentleman from YouTube who likes to repeat the same things over and over.
What if in Scream 8 they have red, blue, and purple robes and shit? What if Ginger Snaps was a gender bending movie and it was a guy? Including like every other werewolf movie?
Yeah. Yeah, but he said I was the king of werewolf. I don't know how many werewolf YouTubers there are out there, but I'm wearing that with honor.
As you should.
There's that too.
So, excuse me. You know what else burns my ass is we can't even get to 2,000 fucking followers on YouTube, and we continue to do this.
Yeah,
I don't get it. The Horror Syndicate's been around since 2016, and we got 2,000 fucking subscribers. I gotta move my phone for a second. Go on, because I'm trying to look at my Chromebook here. Okay, you can barely see me now. That's cool. So Seth, tell them what your very first horror movie you ever saw was.
Fuck if I know.
You don't remember?
No, I honestly
It
don't.
was a profound experience for me. I remember that's probably why I remember it so well.
I mean, like when I was real little, I saw the Universal monster films. My mom was always watching Halloween.
Did you guys have Blockbuster where you were, or where you live?
We did for a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I was telling them my very first Halloween VHS. Actually, the very first Halloween I had at all was Halloween 6 was the first one I bought. And then they had the Blockbuster version of Halloween on VHS, so I bought that at Blockbuster one day.
Mm.
And I was off and running then because like later that year I saw Halloween 2 at Walmart, so I picked that up, and that was a great find because Halloween 2 is awesome.
Yeah.
And then I think Halloween 3 might have been the hardest one to find. And of course, that was a great disappointment at the time. Now, not so much. Checking to see if there's any updates I need to do for this Chromebook. That it doesn't make sense to me at all. I know I'm sure people are tired of hearing me bitch about this. Sorry, but I'm trying to figure this out so we can bust out some good content, right?
Yeah.
Got to get this fixed by October or September so I can be there for marsupials, right?
That's right. No excuses, Ray.
Yeah, I'm starting early, obviously.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah, this was all a ploy to get out of having to watch that again.
I knew it. You son of a bitch.
So, how'd you like that movie last night? Or yesterday or whatever?
It was pretty good. I basically like when we did the show, I let Nate and Jackson talk. They had more to say about it than I did. But they've seen it before. It was my first time watching. Like I was like watching it, and I'm like, I don't know how to host this, but it went pretty well.
See, I've never seen it. I'm assuming Nate assumed that I didn't want to talk about it because I'd never seen it or something. Because he asked me, "Is like what's a topic that you don't want to talk about?" I'm like, Howling 3, of course. But no, I didn't have an answer for him, so I was like, I don't care, dude. Do whatever you want. Like you can. I don't care. I honestly don't care.
Yeah,
And
we were kind of like going back and forth with like ideas of what to do, and like he wanted to do something that you wouldn't be interested in or whatever. To save the stuff that you do like for when you are back. So
doesn't matter because I want to talk about all the old stuff again anyway. And Nate will never do that because like I'm like feeling the need to talk about Halloween, and
so the other
we
night,
won't be able to do that on Discourse.
the other day, I had like this weird like urge to rewatch Halloween H2O, and it's not even one of my favorite sequels, but like so I put it on. Two things occurred to me.
Okay.
If that little girl didn't have to go pee, if she went to the bathroom before she left her house, they would have kept driving, and Michael would have been stuck at the bus stop. The rest of the movie never would have happened. Thus, Halloween Resurrection would never happen.
Well, or he would have walked there. He's quite the walker, and
I don't think he would have made it in time.
No, he wouldn't for Halloween, but he'd make it there by maybe Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but that's not his style. So anyway, number two, if Ronnie had just left the gate shut and called the cops when the car showed up, the rest of the movie never would have happened, and Halloween Resurrection never would have happened. So those are my two thoughts.
Yeah. Did I send you the pictures?
Like I like the opening, and I like the final act when Laurie grabs the axe and screams Michael.
Yeah, I like that too.
It's really good. I love when Michael flips the tables.
I hate the opening.
Well,
StreamYard doesn't have an app, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't like the opening. It's I don't like Joseph Gordon-Levitt almost at all, and I hate the like get a little rough with the stick or whatever. It's like shut the fuck up, dude. Just shut up. You're not tough. You're not cool. I don't like you. Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but somebody was able to Photoshop in the original mask into scenes from that. I guess I didn't send you the pictures. I'll send them to you if I still have them on my phone. But I put them up
Yeah,
on the Horror Syndicate's Facebook page, and I was like, man, just imagine that movie we'd probably like it just a little bit better if if that mask was used instead of the great mask debacles of
well, mask, the mask and the score, and like the whole middle section of that movie is just it's kind of like nothing really happens.
yeah.
But I mean, I don't
Yeah, I
mind the
mean,
movie. I don't hate it, but like it was just weird that I felt compelled to watch it again.
well, that movie also feels like it ages really poorly.
Mm.
Hot take from Sean: H2O is a Scream ripoff. No shit, Sean. That was the whole point. It was to cash in on what was going on. Okay, hold on. I'm trying my Chromebook again. Let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes.
Oh, I had the volume down. Hold on. What'd you say?
So let's see how it goes.
So I ran an update that I guess my daughter hadn't done, so maybe that will help. I don't know.
Well, you're coming through perfectly fine right now. So
Right now,
right,
I
yeah,
don't trust this thing like at all. And I got to tell you that getting that laptop was a huge letdown. It's actually a nice laptop, but the whole idea of trying to use StreamYard on it's a fucking joke. Like the audio is, I don't understand how the audio can be so bad. StreamYard's so fucking weird. Like it's a great tool, but it also sucks a big fat dick. It like well, you can't run it on Microsoft Edge, apparently, according to what I was reading. It like I tried, so that's what I tried using on was Microsoft Edge, and it had those audio issues. So I got it because a lot of these laptops these days you you can't use Chrome if it's a Microsoft product, you know. So I figured out a way around that, and I made Chrome's my browser now, and when I use Chrome, same fucking problem. It's like, what the fuck do I have to do?
I'm using Microsoft Edge right now.
Yeah, it's not. It's the app or it's the computer, I guess. I don't know, man. I am so fucking tired of this shit. Like seriously, after last week, I was like ready to just close up shop and be done with everything. The Horror Syndicate, piss it all away because of this shit. Like I look forward to these, doing live shows, and it's hard to look forward to something when you know your internet's gonna fuck you over.
Yeah,
So, and it like when did it start happening? Because I don't think it was happening up until like the last couple weeks, maybe, right?
yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Maybe this update will help because it took about what 15 minutes, I think, before it started acting like a dickhead. Ugh. I still I'm blaming mostly StreamYard because like I wanted to do the there was another option beyond StreamYard. I can't remember what it's called offhand now, but to even try what I wanted to try on it, I had to purchase a subscription plan. And I'm like, fuck you. I'm not doing that just to test something out. Because then I'll have to cancel it and I'll be out. If I don't like it, I'll be out whatever the amount is, the monthly, $40 or whatever. And I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
This society we live in is a fucking joke. Anyway, well, who's your first horror crush?
Um.
Mine was Lisa Wilcox. I already said that.
Yeah,
Was
I'm
your
the
Sturba?
same. No, I didn't see that one until much later. But yeah, uh, that would probably count. Yeah, I would have to say Lisa Wilcox.
Yeah. Do you remember when we had her on the show in 2020?
Yeah.
How nervous were you? Because you were sweating pretty profuse that day. Was it the heat or was it the heat coming off of her, computer?
Um. magician never reveals his secrets.
Hmm. Yeah, I was nervous too. Not, I told the story about meeting her at Horror Hound a couple years ago. I had to have Jared and Morgan calm me down
Yeah.
because I was so nervous to meet her. It was like going up to meet a girl that you like wanted to date. Of course, she's much older than me. I'd still get it if I could, but you know, and she's not somebody that. Although she is single, she's in her 60s though now.
Who cares,
Although
man?
that would cross off somebody that was born in the 1960s off my list. Just saying. I got the 70s, 80s, and 90s all done. I need somebody from the 60s. After I dated that girl Caitlin in 2018. She was 22, born in 96, same year as Scream. So she was my first sexual encounter with somebody born in the 90s, and I was like, I need to find somebody born in the 60s. At that point, I'm like, they're 50, but I think that's okay. Now they're getting older. Now they're 56, mid 50s, so that might be a little bit more rough. Gonna have to buy some lube. All right, well, I got another question for you. If you can remember back, who was the first horror character to scare you?
Mm. First one to scare me. Boy, that's a tough one.
I'll tell you mine, and I did watch the first two Elm Streets before I saw any Halloween movie, but Halloween 2, Michael Myers scared me. There was something about that blank face, the dark outfit. He like literally, like we were getting ready to go out trick or treating, also. So like I was wearing this clown outfit that my mom got for me and painted my face and everything like that. My mom was working, so she couldn't take us out. So the babysitter was taking us out, and Halloween 2 just happened to be on TV. And that scene when Ben Tramer gets hit by the car,
Mm.
that I was like, oh my god, we're getting ready to go outside and trick or treat. I was like 6 years old, and I was already neurotic, and I was like, I can't go out there. And then what if he's out there? And I remember, you know, it was in Illinois. I'm like, I live in Highland, Illinois. It's Haddonfield. Like, we got to be close to Haddonfield, right? You know. And then of course my babysitter's like, oh, this is real. This is based on a true story. He's still out there somewhere. I'm like, fuck you, man. Like, I'm 6 years old. She's telling me this shit right before she takes me out trick or treating. That was the worst Halloween of my life, by the way.
Yeah, so
I
it
did see her
would
boobs,
be like Michael Myers for me because again, my mom watched those movies a lot when I was a kid, and between the mask and the music, but also uh, Chucky a little bit only because I had one of those My Buddy dolls.
Hmm.
And then The Shining, like I don't know, the woman in the shower scared me when I was a kid.
I don't blame you. I mean, first of all, you see this beautiful woman naked, you know, coming out of the shower, and then he starts like necking with her, and boom, she's disgusting and
Yeah.
starts laughing at you like most women do with me. But yeah, we're about 7 minutes into me being back on here, and how's it going so far?
So far, you're clear, man.
Hopefully we're good to go.
Yeah.
Then
Well,
I
I
can
mean,
go back to doing
yeah.
Discord shows and falling asleep. It was a joke. I'm really upset. I mean, I actually want to watch that movie, to be honest. I've never seen it, Night of the Hunter. And that documentary, Terror in the Isles. Have you ever seen that?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they show scenes from that a lot. Like the scene where I guess it's at a carnival, and I think he strangles a girl or something like that. Is that right?
Uh, no. Are you
No,
thinking?
wrong movie.
Are you thinking of Strangers on a Train?
I don't know. Who knows? I'm probably thinking of the wrong thing.
If you're, because that
I'm
sounds
just
like
look. I'm just. That's probably what it is. But I'm just fucking like so disappointed that I'm sitting here with the king of the werewolf YouTubers, and I get nothing. I get no glory out of this. You get it all.
well, you know, just um, just ask yourself what would Seth do. You know,
Oh man, I need to make a new opening for Discourse, like for real. Keep getting copyright shit on that fucking song, and it's an in-app song. It's driving me crazy too.
yeah,
So
we're about due for a new opening anyway, right?
yeah, I mean, it just takes so much time, and like
Yeah.
I just I'm so like just burnt out on life right now. My my job stuff sucks. I hate my boss. I called in sick yesterday because I had this massive migraine. Actually, I hate you saying migraine. It wasn't a migraine. It was a stress headache. I know what it was. But like I just couldn't concentrate on anything when I woke up. So I was like, fuck it, I'm calling in. And motherfucker, I was like, hey man, I'm not gonna make it in today. He's like, what are you sick? I'm like, yeah, and he hung up on me. I was like, cool. I'm debating on HRing him because the other day, I collect the DC stuff just as do you, by the way. Guess who came to my house today?
Oh, you got the cyborg.
Oh yeah, he's up in my bedroom right now, resting comfortably in my bed. By the way, put back in the box. All the parts are there, and you get the box too, and the card. So it's
Excellent,
all there.
excellent.
So he did open it, but it's you still get the box. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I so I was going to. They released another Cyborg Superman in the black Sinestro Corps outfit
yep,
costume, whatever,
yep. The black and red one.
and yeah, I went out looking for that, and I checked a bunch of the Targets in the area because it's a Target exclusive, and I went to the Missouri side to check there, and I asked one of my coworkers, I was like, hey, how far away is this Target? And she's like, oh, it's just right across the river. It'd be 15 minutes if that. It's like cool, and my boss was like, why don't you just go to the one over in Belleville? It's on your way home. I'm like, I already went there. He's like, you already went there. What are you looking for? I was like, this action figure for DC, comic book thing. He's like, why do you collect those? And I'm like, because I like them. I like collecting that stuff, action figures. He's like, that's dumb. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah,
Like I mean, the way I look at it is it's healthy to collect these things. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not hurting myself, like my wallet. It's like and no offense to anybody, I don't fucking drink alcohol. I don't do drugs. I don't do any of this shit. That's like my biggest vice is collecting stuff. Obviously, and for him that he made fun of me and he actually offended one of my coworkers because of what he said. She's like, you should call HR. I'm like, really? You just want to get rid of him. And then yesterday, apparently, one of this younger girl who I work with, she had to go get a tooth pulled, and my boss was pressuring her to come back to work, even though she like was literally dripping blood out of her mouth. She showed me a picture of it, and she couldn't come in because she was in so much pain, and he was harassing her to come back in and being passive aggressive with her. I was like, Bridget, call HR on him. He deserves it. He's an asshole. So yeah.
yeah,
So passive aggressive. I don't like passive aggressive people.
yeah. I mean, I'm
Oh,
new to
anyway,
collecting figures thing, but I dig it. I finally got my Josh Allen figure in
they're cool. They're nice though, man.
there.
Yeah, how that? Did you open that yet?
I didn't even open it; it's still in the package. I kind of want to open it, but at the same time, I'm like, this looks nice.
They're nice figures, dude. I love them.
Yeah,
They're legit. Like uh so the ones they don't have they don't they're a little bit different than the ones that they had when I was buying the sports collectibles. They're way nicer now. But I have a Drew Bledsoe on the Bills.
Cool.
Yeah, I have. Well, I like Drew Bledsoe,
Yeah.
but I have a bunch of baseball ones, and they were really nice back then. But then the newer ones are way nicer.
I've been wanting to
Just like
I
get
was-
something like that.
I kind of want to look to see if they have like Jim Kelly or Doug Flutie. I'd love to get those.
They don't. They may have a Flutie, but not Jim Kelly. They
Yeah.
should. It's about getting likeness rights. I have not got my theater has them up on their website, Superman tickets, and it says tickets not available yet. I already tried. Believe me, I tried. I'll try right now since you said something. You bet your ass I'm going to be there as soon as I can.
Opening night for me.
Fuck yeah. So this Friday, they're showing Friday the 13th. What was your first Friday the 13th movie? It's never just the first one.
No, it was kind of weird because I went over to a friend's house and he was like watching part 3. So like I saw like the last like maybe half hour, 40 minutes of part 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said I liked it. And so then he lived right next to the video store that I used to go to all the time, a place called Video Stop. So we went over there and we rented Jason Lives. Because he told me
Best one, yeah. Check. See, that's what it says. You can't read it, but
second best one.
See what it says?
Yeah, tickets not available.
Yeah, but they're like literal. I was going to text you about this earlier, but I was disappointed because they're not available. They're available, but not available. So as soon as they say, I'm going to be like check every fucking day. Oh, I didn't check the runtime. 2 hours 9 minutes. So that's confirmed for sure now. Yeah, I'll be there. If I can't see the first showing, I'll see the next one. I'm going to see it regardless. However long it takes for me to see it. The goal, if I like it, is to see it at least twice that weekend. So, because it comes out on the 11th, but really it's the 10th. Right. I wanted to talk to somebody about that today. Why they fucking do that? Oh, it's July 11th, but really you can see it on the 10th. And it's not like it's a special preview for certain people. It's fucking available the day before. I hate that. Like, it was cool back in the old days when see it at midnight. Like that was awesome. It made it more of an event.
It took over the midnight thing for some reason. Like they stopped doing the midnight shows and then they started doing Thursday previews. But yeah. Like it plays pretty much all day long.
Yeah, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 showings in my theater on Thursday, the 10th. Why don't you just say the 10th? Why does it have to be the Friday date? I don't get that.
Yeah.
Not that I'm complaining. It's just dumb. Like, I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it. Do they have to have that Friday date lined up or something? I don't know. So this is just a bullshit bitch session. Sorry for anybody who watches. It was mostly like, I said it earlier in the show. I was like, this is mostly to see if my internet holds. Because it's been fucking up, and I don't know. Oh, come on.
American Werewolf in London. It's funny, I put this on today. I thought today was Wednesday.
Oh, shit. Swear it again tomorrow. I love both of those movies. I'm not a big werewolf person, though, but American Werewolf in London is the best werewolf movie ever made. With no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Actually, while we're on this topic of that, it's not even fucking Wednesday, guys. Come on. I think, let me see, American Werewolf in London. I'm gonna look at the ratings because I'm a numbers person. American Werewolf in London is a 93%, 93.2% on our ratings made by our followers, and The Howling is 86.9%. So I think that is the highest rated werewolf movie too, American Werewolf in London. Mm-hmm. So 93.2. Scream is right above that. Evil Dead, Exorcist, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Return of the Living Dead. Coming in at number 10, Night of Living Dead. Number 9, Bride of Frankenstein. Number 8, Silence of the Lambs. Number 7, A Nightmare on Elm Street. 6, Aliens. 5, Dawn of the Dead. 4, Frankenstein. 3, Alien. 2, Jaws. Number 1, The Thing. So there's a bunch of stuff missing because we haven't gotten them all yet. But that's the top 10 right now. Like, for instance, we haven't done any of the Halloween franchise this go round, and I am paying closer attention to it this time. And I haven't updated the list. I've been using these notebooks, these little notebooks at work to write everything down on. Mm-hmm. And I have 3 new pages to update into the laptop, which I haven't done yet. Once I do that, they'll all change. I'm running out of movies that I want to cover I'm trying to put off doing the Halloween franchise because that's a big one, you know?
Yeah.
I think we've done every franchise. There's a few like Wishmaster. We haven't done that. Oh. There's a few little ones we haven't done yet. We've done some of the Universal stuff, by the way, Universal.
Right on. I got that shirt too, but it was like too small for me. It shrank. And being a bigger guy.
How long ago did you try it on last? Because you look like you slimmed down since, not doing the whatchamacallit as much.
Yeah, I have lost a lot of weight. But that was like more like when I wasn't drinking at all, and now I'm kind of like back at doing a couple nights here and there.
Well, you got to put that booty back together. That's what I heard. I heard your booty just went, and now it's starting to bubble back out.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm a jackass. God. The Warlock, mind you, I was 6. The Warlock scared you? Okay. Julian Sands. That's Jarrell.
Yeah, that's right. And he was also in a werewolf movie. Just want to point that out.
Which one?
Roma
which werewolf? Because I don't know. What?
It's called Roma Santa. It's also got another name too, Werewolf Hunter, but it's kind of based on a true story of a guy from I can't remember what year, but like he was someone who killed people and used their body to like make soap or whatever, and like he claimed that he was a werewolf. And so what this movie does is it literally takes that claim seriously as if he really was a werewolf, as opposed to a guy who was a murderer and who claimed to be a werewolf. So he was good in it.
He wasn't a bad actor overall.
I liked him as Jor-El in Smallville.
He was good as Jor-El. And, Terrence Stamp did the voice, of course, and Terrence Stamp was phenomenal as the voice of Jor-El. And I there's something about Julian Sands that he brings this gravitas class to every role he plays, and it's not just his accent but the way he carries himself, and it's almost everything I've ever seen him in, because he was also in Dexter. You like that? And he was really, really good in Dexter. What?
That movie, oh my god, I wanted to like that movie so much, and then the scene where the werewolf's shitting, that just killed it for me. The recent Wolfman or werewolves, I would have to definitely go werewolves. I'm sort of indifferent.
Yeah, werewolves was way better.
Arachnophobia, that's a good one too.
That's a fun movie. That's a good gateway movie for kids.
It is. It is.
I remember the hype coming out for that when I think I was about 10 when that came out, and there was a lot of hype. Everybody wanted to see it that I knew. You gonna see Arachnophobia? No, I didn't get to see it till it came out on VHS. And I remember we were eating popcorn, and that popcorn scene happened. I was like, "Fuck the popcorn! I'm done with this." I don't like spiders, and we had two pretty strong spider movies last year with Sting and Infested. Those were pretty good.
I saw Infested. I never saw Sting.
Sting's fun. It's on Hulu. It basically this girl finds a spider, and it's not really a spider. I mean, they show it from the very beginning. It's from outer space, but it's like a spider, and she names it Sting, and it grows every time it eats. It's actually a fun movie. I enjoyed it, and it takes place all in this again, just like Infested, and like a old kind of beaten up uh, apartment building.
Mm.
I liked it. I think Nate liked it too. I can't remember if Jared saw it or not. I don't know. I'm like way behind. I'm gonna play catch up again this year when it comes to the new movies. I haven't seen Sinners yet. I've only seen four, I think. Companion, which is Nate's number one. I don't see how it's number one. It was okay. The Monkey's my number one.
That's my number one.
Yeah, that movie was so much fun. And then what was the Heart Eyes? I saw that was fun.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it was clever, in my opinion, very clever. And then
The
there's
dialogue
one,
was great.
oh, Wolfman. I saw that. I didn't like Wolfman.
See, I've seen 8 new.
How many are werewolf movies?
1, 2, kind of not. 1, 3, 4. I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah, I plan on renting Sinners at some point.
It's like $20 to rent right now.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I checked the other night.
Yeah, I did too. There's another one that I saw on Vudu that I wanted to check out. I think it's called like Until Dawn or some shit, or Until something.
Yeah. Final Destination Bloodlines. That was a really fucking fun one. You haven't seen that one yet, right?
No, I still haven't seen it. I've been like, man, I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't want to watch horror movies right now. It's such a weird thing. Like I watched Saw the other night because we're going to be doing our summer of Saw as long as this. And so far, so good. It's been over 20 minutes.
So far, it's been awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was like, yeah, I'm hyped up to watch Saw. I watched the first one, and I haven't had the. I haven't felt like I wanted to watch any more of them. I'm like, I want to watch these, but at the same time, I really don't want to. I have like no drive to watch horror right now, and I don't know why. And it's not that I don't have drive to watch horror or anything for that matter. It's just I don't feel like watching horror movies. Horror has consumed my life for 8 years, and I want to watch other things and do other things. I just got the green light to write more Owling comics, which makes me very happy. So I'm like I'm plotting and outlining that, and I've been working on some other stuff around here, trying to figure out what to do about my comic book collection, my comic book company. So a thumbs down to me for not wanting to watch horror. Let me tell you, how many horror movies I've watched over the past 8 years since I probably coming into the Horror Syndicate in 2016, I probably saw a good 200 horror movies. I'm up to 1,100 at this point. And so that would mean about 900 in the last 8 years, all new to me. And I want to watch them. I do, but like there's something that's keeping me from doing it. I just rewatched Buffy the Vampire Slayer with my daughter, and that was awesome. She's watching Lost. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, like I don't know. I've been like, so like I'm a huge fan of a lot of different things. So like I watch a lot of horror, and then I'll like jump onto something like Superman or whatever.
And see, I think that's where my mood is because I'm rewatching Batman the Animated Series. Like when I go to bed, just so you guys know my bedtime routine, I generally get in bed, pick up a comic, and put on Batman the Animated Series lately. Sometimes I'll put on another movie. I do not watch horror before I go to sleep. It gives me weird dreams. Not nightmares, just weird dreams in general. Like weird, like super weird. I can't even explain how weird they are. They're not scary or anything like that, just weird.
I had one the other night, and like I didn't even okay. I hate to go back to werewolves, but like I didn't even like watch a werewolf movie in like days, right? But like this one medication that I take to help me sleep at night on nights that I don't drink, it's been like giving me really weird dreams. And I had a dream where I was at work, so I work at a salvage yard, an auto salvage yard,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm with like a pack of werewolves, like, and I'm a werewolf too, and we're like hiding amongst all the cars as there's like people trying to hunt us down. It was really weird.
Did I ever tell you about my werewolf dream? The only one I can remember. It was in this house that I live in now, and when my front door, it's like a big. You open the front door and it's this big open room. Anyway, sometime it was in the middle of the night. I went downstairs because I heard something like scratching on the door, and I look outside, and I didn't see anything, and then I felt like something hit the door really hard, and I still didn't see anything, and so I kept the chain on, the door chain that you have. I opened the door, and this fucking wolf claw comes out and like tries to grab me around the door. And I'm like, oh shit, and I was able to get it shut again, and then the wolf kept pounding the door, and as the chain started to give and the door started open, I ran up the stairs to protect my family while grabbing a sword. Of course,
Yeah.
why wouldn't I? And
was this right after you
but
Werewolf Castle?
Yes. No, this was probably 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But I wanted to put it in. Yeah, but the thing is, I added it to a werewolf story that I wrote a couple years. Like I wrote this way back when I was like 18 or 19. I think I was in high school. I wrote the story, but I was like, in the story, this guy turns into this werewolf and goes like on a rampage in the mall. But before he does that, he sees his neighbor outside his house, and like in my mind, this werewolf is like think of the zombie in Dawn of the Dead, the boyfriend, the remake, where he's going after the girl, and then he gets distracted and goes after something else.
Yeah.
That's what happens with the werewolf.
Yeah.
He gets distracted and goes after the neighbor, and so I was like, oh, I could put my nightmare or my dream into that scenario. So I did.
Yeah.
So that's part of my werewolf. So I use a lot of my my dreams when I write too. So that's why I write a lot of porn and erotica, fingering girls and Forrest Gump or whatever. No, Shawshank Redemption. I'm trying to think. It's not my router now. Huh. Anyway, yeah, I don't know why I had that dream because I don't like recreationally or whatever watch werewolf movies. Like I can't remember the last werewolf. I think the last werewolf movie I watched up to that point was the 2010 Wolfman, and
wow.
It was like a couple years before that.
Yeah.
I do know my wife, who was alive at the time, had a massive fear of werewolves. I will say that. Silver Bullet, but I don't know. Do you consider Wolf in a werewolf movie? I mean, I got it on my list as a werewolf movie.
It's on my list, but with an asterisk because it's really more like spirit wolf rather than werewolf.
Yeah.
But I would go like I do like Wolfen a lot. But I have to go with Silver Bullet. I grew up with that movie. That was a movie. Okay, this will go back to your question. That was a movie that scared me when I was a kid. Particularly the scene with the woman who
Never
was
scared me.
like when she was taking the pills, like she was going to kill herself, and the werewolf attacked her up in her room. Like that's terrified me when I was younger.
Well, I think Silver Bullet kind of gets you from the get go, with the guy on the railroad track or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like it starts off going after, and that's one of the things I like about it. It's it's like a story that should have been. It seems like it was written by Stephen King.
It
Wait,
was.
no, yeah, it's one of my favorites. It's my favorite werewolf movie, and it's got to be in my top 5 Stephen Kings. Also,
It's
I think
solid.
it is. We just did a Stephen King episode recently.
Yes, we did. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be good. Uh,
I love Gary Busey in it.
Piss on the Yankees, piss on the Indians, piss. Yeah, I think Silver Bullet is another good gateway horror movie for kids. I mean, we survived it, Reverend Lowe, what a great character.
What a great
His character's even better in People Under the Stairs, though. Everett McGill.
Yep.
Um,
It's so funny because I didn't know until recently, while watching Twin Peaks, that his companion in The People Under the Stairs is his wife in Twin Peaks. So I thought it was kind of
yeah,
funny.
and they were filmed around the same time.
Yep.
Yeah, Twin Peaks is good. I'd have to rewatch it if you ever wanted to do a show on Twin Peaks.
Well, I wanted to.
I don't know if let me ask the people out there who have seen Twin Peaks: is Twin Peaks regarded as a horror show? I never thought so.
I think it is. It's a soap horror drama because it has a lot of horror themes to
Oh
it.
shit! It's on Paramount Plus. They made a pop vinyl of Agent Cooper.
Oh,
And,
really?
as soon as I saw it, I had to buy it, so I have that. Yeah,
That's awesome.
he's got a coffee mug. Yeah, he's my favorite character in the show.
He's one of my favorite characters, and
I like.
and Deputy Andy.
I liked the show a lot, but I gotta tell you, man, Firewalk with Me really ruined it for me. I hated that. I did not like that at all.
It was like the
Did
first
you
half hour.
did you watch the show from a couple years ago?
I just started it tonight because I got the Blu-ray set that has the first 2 seasons plus the revival season, and then I had to buy Fire Walk with Me separately. Which the Criterion Blu-ray is awesome. It has 90 minutes of deleted scenes called the Missing Pieces, and there was like so many scenes that I wish were in the movie. Like things that didn't matter to the movie itself, but like characters like Pete, uh, the husband of Piper Laurie's character. Uh, it was good seeing him in there for like deleted scenes. Like the first half hour of Fire Walk with Me, I thought was really strange and was really confusing. But when it gets to the Laura Palmer side of it, I think it's really creepy and disturbing, and I really enjoyed it. And I think Cheryl Lee is incredible in it.
She is, but I think the reveal is what got me.
It's
Without giving anything away.
yeah.
I think that's what kind of ruined it. I mean,
That's where I say the word disturbing because, like,
yeah,
like when I was watching the show, I didn't know that Spoiler was possessed by Bob. And
yeah.
then it gets to that in the show, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. But then I'm like, oh yeah, the movie's a prequel. It's like they're gonna actually show shit. And that one scene in the bedroom, that was really creepy.
I have this really cool. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Atomic Cotton shirt of Laura Palmer.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find it and show it to you. It's so cool. It's her wrapped up in the body bag.
Oh, oh shit.
Yeah, but it's like kind of, I don't know how to explain it. Let me see if I can find it. It's really cool. I saw it at one of the conventions. Like, oh, I need that, you know,
Yeah.
because it was right on the heels of me watching Twin Peaks for the first time. And Brian Enright from the Horror Syndicate is the one who turned me on to it. He's like, you got to watch Twin Peaks. You got to watch Twin Peaks. And it finally, I think it was on Netflix when I watched it. And I really liked it. I really liked the tone of the show. It's just something kind of weird.
Strange.
Yeah, like there's no other words I can, weird and strange are the only way I can, you know, I'm not a big fan of David Lynch's work at all. Like I did not like Eraserhead at
Yeah.
all. I thought Eraserhead was awful. And Blue Velvet was okay. It's not a horror movie, even though it's on our horror list for 1984, but that's because of Nate. It's definitely not a horror movie, not even close. Um, and but Nate thinks it's a horror movie, so we accept that. I'm trying to find this fucking shirt because it's really fucking cool.
Well, it's funny because like like a few weeks ago, no, maybe like a month ago, I called my dad and I was talking to him and I was like, you know what, I owe you an apology because for years he's been telling me I need to watch Twin Peaks, and I'm like, yeah, I will, I'll get to it. And then like a few months ago, Amber and I were looking for something to watch, and she's like, "Hey, you want to give Twin Peaks a try?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And like
Might as well.
right from the first episode or pilot movie, whatever, like I fell in love with it because I love the characters. It was weird. It was memorable.
Well,
Like
even the setting is really just
yeah,
really interesting.
it's like what was that joke I sent you? I was like, the two most optimistic and inspiring characters in all of fiction: Superman and Dale Cooper.
And Dale Cooper, yeah. I love Cooper.
Hmm.
Am I dreaming of that shirt or something? What the hell? I can't find it anywhere. I know I've got it's upstairs somewhere. I wanted to show everybody. Oh, there it is.
I have the owls are not what you seem shirt with the
Yeah,
owls.
I saw that. You can't really see it, but
Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
It's got
it's.
even got the
I
logo.
saw it. I was like, "Oop, I need that."
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah, the Atomic Cotton people are really great. If you've never bought a shirt from Atomic Cotton, and as long as they're still doing it, buy a shirt from them. I've got a bunch of their shirts actually. I got this really cool Rosemary's Baby shirt, which is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. It says all them witches
Yeah.
in Scrabble tiles, and it shows a naked Rosemary. It's really cool. I don't know if they still are in business or not, but if they are, buy yourself a shirt. I've got a Freddy one that I've worn on the show. This one, Together Forever, Nancy and Freddie. Sorry, you can't see it very well. All right. Atomic Cotton. Check them out. They're nice people too. If they're still selling shirts, which their website still works, so I'm guessing they are. Or go to your local convention. They're probably there. So anyway, this seems like it's working now. So maybe next week we can try our first Saw episode if I can make myself watch Saw 2 and 3. So the way that we're planning on doing it is watching Saw, first episode we'll be talking about Saw 1, 2, and 3. The second episode would be Saw 4, 5, 6, and 7. Is that right?
Correct.
And then the last episode of breaking down the movies would be Jigsaw, Spiral, thank you. And then Saw X, or Saw Roman numeral X, or Saw 10, or whatever. And then we will do a ranking show the following week. So 4 weeks of Saw stuff. That's part of the plan. The other plan is we still have yet to talk about The Wicker Man. I don't know where I put that DVD. I better find it before.
I've seen Midsummer.
Oh, I want to do this too. I want to talk about this. Get
I'm
fuck
talking.
this green fucking stupid thing there.
Okay.
The Amityville Horror.
I don't.
I did.
I wouldn't mind that. I actually like that movie.
Oh, I know. We talked about that. Because you like it. I don't.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of the original, and you are. So
I love the original.
maybe we could do like a versus thing.
Yeah, we should do that. Shit, man, we should do that next week. I'd rather do that than talk about Saw. Nothing against Saw. It's just like it gives me an excuse to watch Amityville Horror and test out my Amityville Horror costume for Halloween.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Did you see?
I know what you're talking about.
This is our thumbnail for today, by the way. Yeah, that's George Lutz's real Amityville Horror. But no, like because we talked about doing a lot more of these versus episodes, and we haven't even like gotten to any of them because I already forgot mostly what they were.
I mean, if you want to push Saw back for another week and do Amityville Horror, we could do that.
Let's do that because I would love to just talk about. Let's figure out a good format too. Way to do this. Because we did what we did. We did Midsummer versus The Wicker Man. I think that was the only one we did. I think.
Yeah, I think so. We talked about doing a bunch of stuff. Like, films that you like versus films I like Jason Lives versus Final Chapter.
The thing is going when the network signal thing pops up, that's when it's about to go dead. It went away though, so I don't understand why it even pops up.
That happens to me from time to time too.
Yeah, but mine goes to just where it's it's the dot and then the whatever.
Yeah.
It goes down to just a dot, and it's like fuck. It's gonna go dead. This time it was a dot and one of the half rings or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's plan on that. I think that'll be fun. Yeah. And I'll put up a little. Which one do you like better, Amityville Horror or Amityville Horror? And the funny thing is, like, I think I've said this numerous times. Like, coming into the Horror Syndicate, I always thought the Amityville Horror was a classic, just universally loved. I was wrong. Not many people like it. Not as many people as I thought liked it. Like, it's not on here yet, but it's got a solid community score from our followers, but it's not as loved as I thought.
Well, what's funny is I had the same thought because, like, when I watched it, I was like, I don't understand why people love this movie. And then, like, I don't know, just the more like when I was like online, like on social media, I'm like, oh, well, maybe more than a few people agree with me. I mean, I think we could both agree on this, right? Amityville 2: The Possession is the best Amityville movie. Correct?
No.
Or are you an Amityville 3D?
I like it. No, I am more of an Amityville 1992 guy. I'm just saying, it's about time.
Wow.
No, I'm joking. That's the name of it. Dude, I went down this weird path in the early 90s. So my mom showed me the original Amityville Horror, and I loved it. Then I went to my local Sam Goody or whatever it was back then. I think it was Tape World. Anyway, I bought Amityville and Amityville 2. It was like 2 for $10. I was like, yeah. So I had the first 2. And then my mom found I think it was a 3-pack. It had the first 3. So I had 2 copies of the first 2, which was cool. Anyway, eventually I found a copy of the 4th one. Eventually I found a copy of the 5th one, the 6th one. And I just went down this rabbit hole. Every time they would release a fucking Amityville movie, me and my brother would rent it and watch it. And I watched a good chunk of the first maybe 10 of them at least. And I don't know. I know that Amityville with the DeFeos and the Lutzes and all that stuff, like the real story, like I'm pretty sure Ronald DeFeo killed his parents and his family. I don't think there was anything supernatural about it. But there's a lot of intrigue in that story for me, with the Lutzes mostly. But
yeah, I mean, I think DeFeo was just crazy, and he just killed his
Or he was
family.
going after money.
It could be that too, but
Yeah,
he could have had a mental illness that was untreated, particularly back then, right?
sure.
And then the Lutzes, I think, was a complete hoax,
Oh yeah,
hands
they were
down.
no, they were trying to they were trying to Sean Cunningham that shit.
Yeah, they're I view them the same as uh, the Warrens.
Well, the Warrens were a part of that story too.
Yeah.
So like it's yeah. And by the way, if anybody doesn't know, when I say Sean Cunningham that shit, what do I mean, Seth?
I don't know. Sean Cunningham is horror royalty.
Yeah, not to me.
Yeah, not for me either.
I mean, he ripped off Halloween, and that's all he was doing. He was trying to cash in on the success of Halloween,
And
and the
Carrie.
Lutzes, yeah, and the Lutzes were trying to cash in on the tragedy of the DeFeo tragedy, which really, if you think about it, they're assholes and pieces of shit. If you really think about it, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think it was all because of the book, right? Like trying to
No,
get
because
that deal.
Jay Anson's book came out. That was based on the Lutz's experience.
Right, but isn't that the reason why the Lutzes had that claim though was because of him?
I don't know if it's because of him, because I like they left the house after 28 days, but I think in my theory, and part of it's based on their eldest son who was cut from the movie. Uh, he did a documentary, My Amityville Horror, and he said that they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew the story of the house because they were from the community, not Amityville, because Amityville is upscale, upper class, but they knew, and the house was really cheap, so they thought they could cash in on it,
Mm.
and so they made up all that shit. They told their lawyer about it, I think, and he was supposed to be a part of the deal, and they ended up getting the book deal. Jay Anson wrote the book, The Amityville Horror, and then 112 Ocean Avenue became a hotspot for paranormal investigators to go to, including the Warrens.
Hmm.
And of course, there's that famous picture of supposedly a kid. Have you seen this? Coming out of one of the bedrooms, that kid wasn't there. Uh, it's a good picture, but I'm almost certain it's not a ghost. It'd be the clearest picture of a ghost ever, if that's the case.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
also, you got to believe in ghosts. I don't know that I believe in ghosts, but sometimes I do. I go back and forth.
I don't like. I would love to believe in the supernatural because I think it would be cool. It would
Mhm.
make the world a more interesting place.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's that deep.
The only ghosts I believe in are the ghosts of the when the Titanic got back to the New York Harbor and Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Warrens. I don't know if they were involved in the Lutz hoax. I think they came along after and corroborated with the Lutzes after that. I'm not 100% sure. That'd be fun to talk about though.
Well, I know that there was like that. I don't know if it was made for the movie or not. But remember, the opening of Conjuring 2 was them at the Amityville house,
Yeah.
which was admittedly a cool opening. Like I don't
Well,
like those movies, but
they even poke fun at it in Amityville 3.
yeah.
The main character is this kind of like sleazy tabloid reporter,
Hmm.
and they have this seance and stuff with I don't know, the camera woman or whoever it is, and they expose the people. It's kind of like it's definitely a jab at the Warrens, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um,
Amityville 3 starts off so fucking good
I know it gets
and
weird.
crashes hard.
It gets weird fast. Like after their daughter dies, that's when like even some of the stuff beyond that, but like after that happens, it starts really like just going off the table.
That father
Uh,
had no emotions about losing his
no.
his basically partner in crime with work and his
Mhm.
daughter.
It's such a weird series too, because like after that, because the house explodes at the end of that movie,
Yeah.
and then beyond that, it's relics from the house. Like there's a evil lamp in the fourth movie. The fifth movie is that it's about time, which is featured around a clock, And the sixth movie is about, I believe, a painting. I may be wrong on the numbering. And then there's a movie called Amityville Curse, and I don't remember what happens. That one's not even available on DVD. It's only available on VHS. It's the Howling phenomenon, Howling 7 phenomenon, I believe, right?
Oh, well, like there is a movie that came out a couple years ago, and I recently covered this on Werewolf Wednesday.
The Amityville Werewolf.
The Amityville Moon.
Amityville Moon.
Don't know why it's allegedly set in Amityville, but they went for it.
See, the last Amityville movies I watched the one that came out that had the guy who plays the Joker in Gotham. I can't think of his name. Cameron Monaghan in it. And that one wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good at the same time. And then there was one. It came out in like 2013. I'm gonna look. Hold on. It was supposedly taking place in the house, but it didn't. It was like the exterior of the house was like my house, basically. I think it's called the Amityville Haunting, is what it was called. Yeah, yep, that's it. It was terrible. It was a piece of shit. But like after the 2005 movie, so okay, let me see if I was right. Oh no, Amityville Curse came out. That was the fifth movie. The sixth movie is It's About Time. Then A New Generation, which I did watch that one. Then Dollhouse. That was all of them that I watched. And then 05, we had the remake. But beyond the remake, we got the Amityville Haunting, the Amityville Asylum, Amityville Death House, Amityville The Final Chapter. Ah, here we go. Amityville Playhouse, Amityville Vanishing Point, Amityville Legacy, The Amityville Terror, Amityville No Escape, The Unspoken, no Amityville title, Amityville Exorcism, Amityville Evil Never Dies, okay, Against the Night, Amityville The Awakening, that's the one I was talking about, with Bella Thorne and Cameron Monaghan, Amityville Mount Misery Road, The Amityville Murders, Amityville Island, Amityville Vibrator, okay. Witches of Amityville Academy, the Amityville Harvest, and Amityville Poltergeist, the Amityville Moon, Amityville Cop, Amityville Cult, Amityville Vampire, Amityville Scarecrow, Amityville Uprising, Amityville Gas Chamber. Oh, here we go, Seth. We should do a show on this. Amityville in Space. Amityville Hex. Oh, come on, these titles. Amityville in the Hood. Amityville Christmas Vacation. Amityville Thanksgiving. Amityville Karen. Amityville Scarecrow 2. Ghosts of Amityville. Amityville Rideshare. Amityville Death Toilet. Amityville Frankenstein. Amityville Job Interview. Amityville Elevator. Amityville Emmanuel. Is that another sexual thing? The Amityville Curse. Amityville Shark House. Amityville Apocalypse. Jesus Christ. Amityville Ripper. The last Amityville movie. Not quite. These are 2024. Amityville Backpack, Amityville Bigfoot, Amityville Webcam, Amityville Turkey Day, Once Upon a Time in Amityville, Amityville AI, Amityville Where the Echoes Live, and the newest one for 2025, which came out February 1st, Amityville VR. So that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with 2 potential pornos. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. 55 movies since 2005. That's a stout franchise. That may hold the record for the most movies in a franchise for horror, anyway.
I think it has to.
Well, there's that it's a franchise about witches that came out in the late 80s and early 90s. I don't know how many are in that. Witchcraft or something like that. They're dumb. I watched the first 2. They're really, really, really bad. But
I
I'm
mean,
looking on.
there's twice as many Amityville movies as there is James Bond movies, and
Well, that's just no,
that's just
that's
05.
that's from '05, and
Yeah,
so there's at least 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 64 Amityville movies.
holy fuck.
That's exhausting. It's like I wonder is could I make an Amityville movie and like
Yeah,
Amityville Shithouse or
I think you
Amityville
can. I
Shithouse?
don't think they're all directly related to a specific uh, franchise per se.
But they throw the most of them throw like a picture of the house on there, and
That's
then
the funny thing with the Amityville Moon is like it literally has nothing to do with the house or anything. They just set it in Amityville for some reason. You see, like a cop will have like a, a sheet on a clipboard and it'll say Amityville Police, but there's like no reason for it whatsoever. I think the original concept of it was to set it in the house, but they changed it up since then. But
yeah, this one Amityville Awakening. I actually own it somewhere. It was the last theatrical. There it is the last theatrical released Amityville movie, and it's not terrible. I think I would say watch it. It's also meta. So the Amityville horror exists in this franchise. I also bought it used. If you can't tell, that's a family video sticker. But it wasn't bad. Like I, this family moves into the house, 112 Ocean Avenue, and their son has ALS, I think, and he's basically bedridden. But the spirits are like waking him up, and he's able to move his body again, and they're possessing him essentially. But the girl meets friends in school, and she's like, "I can't believe you moved in that house." Blah blah blah. And they come over and they're watching the Amityville horror in the Amityville house, which I was like, that'd be kind of cool. Like to watch the movie that's based off that house. Like I would love to do that. If those like that's where you make some money if you live in that house. Just have a viewing of the Amityville horror, outside the house or something like that. I don't see why you wouldn't. But anyway, I have on DVD. I have. I think the last one I bought was It's About Time. Yeah, there it is.
I only own the original, the remake, and the Amityville Moon.
You own the Amityville Moon?
I do.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I need more werewolf movies in my collection.
You're ridiculous about werewolf movies.
I know, right?
Puppet Master doesn't have as many as you think. So we just did the first half of the Puppet Master movies on the 5-star ratings, and there were 9 of them, I believe, and it was from 1988 to 2001, I think. I still have the second half to do, like Evil Access or whatever the fuck it's called.
Access.
And there's 17, I think, Puppet Master movies, and they just get worse as they go. I'm gonna look. Films.
Wishful Moon
1,
did like
2,
7
3, 4,
movies.
6. Okay, so there were 7 in the first original line, ending with retro Puppet Master. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Yeah, 15. You're right, Adam. Yeah, we did The Littlest Reich. We did a review for when that came out, and Access Termination. I think those were the only ones we ever did reviews for in the Horror Syndicate. But I'm going to put up the last 8 for 5-star reviews. We did Subspecies, of course.
Fuck yeah. I could never get into the.
Well, they didn't rate very well, but it's like Puppet Master. I watched the second one. It was like I used to just troll for horror movies when I was 10, 12 years old, somewhere around there. And I saw there was a movie called Puppet Master coming on on cable, so I set my timer on my VHS, my VCR to record it, and it was Puppet Master 2, and I remember that's from Attack of the Clones, by the way. And I remember seeing the case for Puppet Master at the video store, thinking, oh, I wouldn't mind checking that out. So I set it to record, and only one part of it recorded. There was a mix-up on the timing. My TV or the video, what the fuck? The video recorder started it late. So I watched about 5 minutes of the movie, and then within the first 5 minutes, the chick gets out of bed with her tits hanging out and walks over and does some things, and I'm sitting there like, well, I need to see the rest of this. that's what got me hooked on Amityville, and that was the only scene of boobs that I remember in the whole franchise. There might be more, I don't remember, but I went and rented the first one. I was like, this isn't bad. I like it, and I like the second one. I like the third. I think the third one might be the best one. And then like the first 7 are not bad. They're not bad at all, but like, well, maybe not the first 7. I think it's the first 5. But beyond that, they start getting really bad really fast.
Like
I think I've seen 10 of them total.
I couldn't even get into the first one, so that's where I'm
And
at.
you were lost.
I am a lost soul.
You were the chosen one.
I was supposed to.
You are the king of the werewolf YouTubers.
I am the king of werewolf YouTubers.
Well, I tell you, if there was Puppet Master versus the werewolves, you'd watch it. Huh?
I probably would watch that.
I hear what you said. Yeah. What's Werewolf Wednesday tomorrow?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I think it's Wolf Hollow from 2023. Let me just double check.
Why do you put people through this?
Because if I torture myself, I have to make other people suffer with me. It's just...
See, back in the 90s, early 90s especially, we had a convenience, or not convenience store, a grocery store up the road called Schnucks, and they had a video center where you could rent videos. And every time a new Puppet Master, every time a new Amityville came out, I was there renting them. Same thing with Subspecies. You know, I rented all the Subspecies movies up until, I guess it would be, was it the 4th one? No, the 3rd one. Because the next one after the 3rd one was the Vampire Journal, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't see that one until Horror Syndicate days.
Yeah, and then after that was Bloodstorm.
Yeah, and then I would, I'd rent everything. Like I was in the depths of full moon movies back then, watching the Doll Man and Demonic Toys, or Doll Man versus Demonic Toys. So, Trancers or something like that, I think was another thing.
Trancers,
yeah, because every time I saw, full moon, nice, huh? Yeah, exactly. The cover art was popping. I wanted to know more about that case and Andre Toulon. That's why I endured like the first 5 or 6 of those through the middle 90s. Yeah, I do have at least the first 8 or 9 Puppet Master movies. I think the last one I got was Retro Puppet Master, which is a complete pile of dog shit. I don't like dolls.
Hey, Ray.
You ever see that movie? Hey,
no, I have not. On June 25th, you want to join me for a Werewolf Wednesday show?
What is it?
Okay, so tomorrow is going to be Wolf Hollow 2023. The week after that is Werewolf in England from 2020. June 25th, Werewolf Castle. Come on, buddy. You know you want to join me.
I don't know if I can endure watching that again.
Yes, you can. Come on. It'd be great.
I'm more... If we had to gauge excitement levels for me on Werewolf Castle or the Howling 3 Marsupials, I'd say Werewolf Castle will be right about here, dick level probably, and then Marsupials will be right about here. So Werewolf Castle was so bad, man.
Well, you're going to join me anyway for Marsupials because it was part of our agreement that you can't back out of. And then, but like Werewolf Castle, you should totally join me on the 25th for that one. I think that'd be a fun one to have you on.
What happens if we drop below 70,000 followers?
No, 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 no. The arrangement is already set. It doesn't matter. The deal is already done. You know, in 10 years, the hounds will come.
So I don't think Charles Band gets enough credit. Full Moon isn't great, but like I think what's his name? Lloyd Kaufman gets way more credit than he deserves, and Charles Band gets almost no credit.
100% agree.
You know, and
100%.
I think his movies were more marketable than whatever Troma was doing. Troma was just awful, you know, throwing shit at the wall. Charles Band created multiple, you know, his company, I should say, created multiple franchises, you know, like Prancers, Puppet Master. They may not all be great, but they're like long running franchise nonetheless. Subspecies, of course.
Yeah.
Doll Man, Demonic Toys, Ginger Dead Man. There's a bunch of them. So I don't think Charles Band gets enough credit for his.
We haven't done anything on Subspecies, have we? Have we done anything?
No, we haven't. I want to. I would like to at least do a ranking show.
Oh, that would be so fucking great.
The Gingerbread Man or Ginger Dead Man? I thought it was Ginger Dead Man.
I think it's Ginger Dead Man.
Yeah, Ginger Dead Man.
That could have been an autocorrect right there.
Yeah. Versus Evil Wong. How about that one?
I haven't seen those. I kind of want
I'm not going to see those. I'm just not going to lie. They're on too. Maybe I will. Maybe that's just what I need to rejuvenate my love for horror.
Yeah, I've been meaning to like rewatch the Subspecies movies, so I've had like that little urge.
Sean, if you're still watching, don't watch Ginger Dead Man because Gary Busey is Ginger Dead Man. How many are there? It's a comedy slasher. Oh, I might watch these. There's got to be. I think there's more than one. There's at least two. Oh my God. Ginger Dead Man 2, Passion of the Crust. It's beautiful. And then there's Evil Bong. And then, of course, Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong. And he's riding it like it. Oh my Lord. I mean, look at this face.
Epic.
I gotta ask about this. Are they on Shudder? Because if they're on Shudder, it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. That's the other thing. I haven't been watching Joe Bob, and Joe Bob Briggs I love, and I haven't been watching Joe Bob. I think it's done for the year, up until Halloween and all that. Ginger Dead Man. All right, this will base a lot off whether or not I put those in the ratings. So I did all the Puppet Master movies. Well, all the first 7 or 8. I did all the Subspecies movies. So we'll see if Ginger Dead Man is next. Ghoulies is great. The first Ghoulies. By the way, Ghoulies Go to College is coming to 4K. News came out today from Vestron. I saw that. I'm like, great. Just what we need. It's still on last Friday. So are they don't do it weekly anymore. They only do it every other Friday or every last. I don't know what they're doing anymore. The Last Drive-In was great. Is there anything else anybody wants to talk about? I'm gonna straighten up in here. I saw a picture come through on my Facebook memories about my horror room, like looking great, and I'm like, oh my God, it's a fucking mess right now. I need to go through some stuff, and I got a box from a fucking books stacked over there. I got posters laying down on the ground over there.
Oh, hey, real quick, what were you gonna throw into that box that you were gonna send me?
I can't tell you that.
Oh, come on, man. I don't like fucking surprises.
It's the only thing is I don't want you to get
by the way.
I don't want you to get like too excited, like, oh, and then be like, oh, that's what it is. Oh,
Yeah.
I just think it's something that you need. Two things actually. But don't get too excited. It's
All right.
I will tell you it's nothing Bills related because I was going to give you that Drew Bledsoe jersey and then Reynolds is like, I like these. I'm like, never mind, Seth. Sorry. I think you'll like it because I feel like you need it. So, it's a penis bump. No,
but I'm looking for one everywhere.
I had a feeling. No, I think you'll like it. It'll be good for what you got going on. First Friday. Anyway, anything else you want to go over before we close the door on this one?
No,
I guess everything's working fine now.
Yeah, I gotta bounce. So
good deal. I will not join you for Werewolf Castle. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on, man, you got it.
I don't. I don't got it.
Dude, I'm gonna like text you every day.
You can. Where's my annual horror? Oh, there it is. Next week.
Perfect.
Next week we'll be talking. We'll do kind of a versus. And seriously, we got to figure out some kind of. Oh, here we go. Evil Escapes. No. Yeah, that's what it's called, right? I got Blu-rays too, though. For God's sakes, get out, Seth. Get out! There. Yeah. In 3D. Forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, once I get Hush Superman, I will be sending you the package.
Excellent.
And you'll be very happy.
Excellent.
I think you'll be happy with what I send you. Oh, do you need any comics of mine? I mean, the ones I've written. Because I can put those in the package as well.
Yeah, I think... I'm trying to think.
Anybody who's watching, I write comics also. Operation Eclipse. Check it out. If you like comic books.
I think I got the first 4 of Eclipse.
Yeah, that's all that's out.
Okay. I don't know. How's Dragonfly going?
How many issues do you have of that?
3.
That's all of them.
And I'm bitter. That's all.
Well, I have kind of an update on all that
also.
But kind of. Anyway, that's okay because I'm working on something else that may end up working out better for you and me and everybody. Maybe. We'll see. Depends on politics. Yeah, Operation Eclipse. You can also find it under Unparalleled Comics for now. And but there's an Operation Eclipse Facebook page. And if you want copies, just message me or message the Facebook page. Hey, how do I get a copy of Operation Eclipse? And I'll let you know.
I'll send you a copy. Bam.
I'll send you a copy. Bam. Bitch went down. Bam. Sid. Super bitch.
Yes.
That's perfect. Anyway, that's it for us tonight. It looks like everything's working for the most part. So next week, like we talked about Amityville Horrors, we'll do a versus episode, and I'll put oh, that was a sex noise. No, and we'll talk about that on the Facebook page. I'll put up a versus banner. A horror comic, unfortunately, not yet. But I have a few in the pipeline that I really want to do. One is a standard zombie book called Overrun. Yes, it's a great title. And then another one is called... Actually, I don't have a title for it. The Darkest Days is what it was called, but I don't know if I want to call it that anymore. And it's kind of like a town has a supernatural past with a supernatural... They like to watch the show Supernatural. This is no.
Hey, one of the characters.
I can't figure out how to explain it because it's like I used to when I was writing shit in high school. My teacher told me, she's like, write an anthology. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Because I didn't know any better. So I wrote 3 different stories. She told me what it was. I wrote 3 different stories, and I called them chapters of evil. You know, and I thought it was clever, but it wasn't. But I expanded that into like I based all my titles, the first couple titles, off of albums. One of them was Bloody Kisses, which if anybody knows what that who is the band that released that album, drop it in the comments. Another one was called October Rust, same band, and then one was A Wolf and Man. Did you know that song, Seth?
Yeah, Typo Negative. I was just listening to October Rust today.
Oh, you do? You know? Damn it, you ruined it. Now they can't answer.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I love Typo Negative.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I heard Bloody Kisses and my like the organ I think it's Love You to Death is the song. It starts playing and like I started like getting all these visuals in my head, and so we had a Halloween project that we had to write in my creative writing class, and my buddy Sean's like, "Here, take this." He gives me Bloody Kisses. First time I ever heard anything from them, and I popped it in. I'm like, just kind of laying there in bed, just thinking, and the story just fucking hit me like a freight train. And it's about this guy who. So there's 2 parts of the story, and I split them up eventually. And one is that werewolf thing I told you about earlier. It's 2 guys end up getting cursed, one a vampire, one a werewolf. And anyway, the werewolf guy is trying to deal with everything and trying to convince his the love of his life to turn, because she's actually obsessed with the afterlife and what comes next and all that different shit. But when she's faced with the offer, she is scared of it. And it's just it's a weird story. I wrote it when I was 17, so it's kind of probably lame.
Yep.
Yeah. It sounds dumb now that I say it out loud.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. But yeah, I would love to write horror comics. It's just comics cost a lot of money to create, and I don't have a lot of money. And it also takes a partner that doesn't disappear for months at a time, that can have good contact with you, and whenever you have things that you need to get done in a timely manner, and not take a year to get things to print, or over a year. Yeah. He'll never see this, so I can say it out loud like this. I still haven't told him exactly what I want to say to him, but it's coming. So
yeah, I was very. I'll just say I was pretty bitter about everything not too long ago.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go. Seth, hang back for like a couple minutes. I'll give you a quick update before you go.
Okay.
Next week, Amityville, 05 and 79. Which one do you like better? Not you, Seth. I already know, and I'm disappointed. And then Seth's got Werewolf Wednesday tomorrow with what?
Wolf Hollow from 2023.
All right. Are you going to do that one movie that was like, what the hell was it called? Cursed? The Cursed? I think it was called.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that eventually. I got there's so many werewolf movies, so I have enough for a couple years worth of content.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
All right, maybe I should do Vampire Fridays and do vampire movies.
You should. I think that'd be kind of fun.
I don't know.
have a counterbalance, man.
Have the counterbalance.
Yeah, I do.
And do it by candlelight. Hello, children.
Yes.
Because I ooze vampire.
That's a little creepy, but
yeah. I mean, you like I feel like you look like a dude that could be from a werewolf movie, who I'm just trying to get my great American novel off the ground. I'm gonna go to the woods and I'm gonna be a shut-in for 2 weeks and write the great American novel with your flannel shirt, your backwards hat, your glasses on, and then one night you're out just having a drink by the fire. You hear something. What's that? You get up and kind of investigate, get your flashlight out, maybe a torch. Make a torch. Take your torch, walk around. What the fuck was that? Raw! Mauled by a werewolf. The next morning you wake up naked, covered in blood, unsure of what's going on. you know, and you're like, well, why I got blood all over me? So you go into the lake and wash yourself off and scoot back to the cabin, put some clothes on. Like, what the fuck happened last night?
So, how did you become aware of my last 2 Saturdays?
Don't forget, I have a fucking camera on you at all times. Anyway, that'd be a fun werewolf movie, right? No,
Yeah,
right.
I'm in.
Probably better than some of the shit that's come out that you've fucking covered, I'm sure.
That's true.
All right. Anyway, everybody have a great night. We'll see you next week. I have no clue about Sunday yet, if we do discourse or not. Yeah, well, if the way this is going, we'll probably do a show on Wednesday or Sunday. So go watch Ginger Dead Man. It's on Tubi.
Before I forget,
Yes.
love lives today, but evil dies tonight.